Hi there, my name's Vince from My Mate Vince, and it's another tea break repair because I can't get myself motivated to do anything more in depth. I don't know what it is this week. I've just got zero motivation. I think it's because I've got so much editing to do. And if truth be told, I don't enjoy editing, but I like fixing. Here we have something that I hope is going to be fixable. I hope it's not going to take too long, hence the reason why it's in a tea break repair. It is weighing scales, but not kitchen weighing scales. Weighing scales that you would use yourself to weigh yourself. They're Salter, but I keep wanting to say Slater, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because of Only Fools and Horses. Anyway, I bought it from eBay for £2. Yes, I had to pay some postage. I think I had to pay £4 something postage, but I thought it was a fair price. So we have a nice glass top here. Let's pop some batteries in and see what it is doing. I haven't attempted to even turn this on yet. Right, we need 3 AAA batteries and there's no signs of corrosion. This, I believe, is quite a current model and it looks perfectly brand new. So I would presume it's just a customer return, faulty, maybe from new. Fingers crossed. Right, I've got my 3 batteries and tea break repair, so go get yourselves a drink. I'm drinking out of a My Mate Vince mug here, merch down below. Rhubarb and ginger from Bottle Green. It's a cordial, pretty tasty. Right, now, let's pop these in. Hopefully it's not going to work, otherwise if it works I'll have to end the video now and you guys will never see this bit. Is there any button here to turn on? Bit of a weird stain there. No, there's a little button here for unit. Well, this is good. It was sold as no power and it certainly has no power. So let's see how we are going to take this apart. Right, in all honesty, how are we going to take this apart? Surely we don't have to heat up the top. Oh, okay, I can see 2 tiny little bits here and here. Just here and also just here as well. Now I hope, I'm going to have to use plastic I think, because if I use metal in there, there's a good chance I'm going to crack the top. Let me get some plastic pry tools. Now I hope you're all keeping well. Now I wonder how easy this is going to pop off. The answer to that is not very easy. I wonder, is there anything underneath here? No, there's nothing under there. Right, there's not going to be anything under these because look, this is what's doing the weighing. This has to be independent of this. And I can see that they're loose. I have to get, this must be clipped into place. It's going to be one of those things that's very easy to put back on, but it's very hard to take off because of the glass. I think I am going to have to use a metal pry tool and just hope that the thickness here doesn't break. There's going to be a fair bit of strength there, isn't there? It's just going to be point of contact. That's why I'd like to use something wider. Right, that's fully in there now. All of my pry tools are broken. Surely it's not adhesive holding this in. Surely it's clips. It's just I thought I heard the sound of adhesive there. Oh, and it's painted black at the back there, so it's going to look... can you see there's already a mark there now? Too much prying, it's going to look horrible. How is this going to come out? Let me get a light, have a look in here. Oh no. I think there's adhesive pads underneath here on each of the legs holding it in. Now that's annoying. Yeah, listen to this. You won't be able to hear it. It's adhesive. Right, okay. I'm gonna have to pry it here and add some heat. So I think I'm going to heat up this one first because I've got the pry tool here and here. And once we've got one off, then I think we will be okay once we get the first one off. I don't know how much damage it's going to cause to the sort of the black paint though. I can hear it. There we go. Excellent. Right, now I don't want that to stick back down, so let's ram that in there. Now that that one's off, it should make it easier to do the others. And it does make it much easier because you can get your fingers in there to apply pressure to pull it apart rather than just relying on the pry tools. There we go. We're in. Right. Okay, now. Ooh, I was expecting to see circuit boards and stuff. Now I'm going to have to worry about how to stick these up later on. Stick these back. Well, that's if I can get it working. Let's get rid of this for the time being, but you can see the massive pads here, here and here. Right now, so it's got no power, so it could be a fault with the display. It might be working, maybe it's the display that's not working. Batteries, here we go. Okay, I'm not going to say what's wrong with it. I'm going to just zoom in and see if you can see what's wrong with it. I mean, obviously there's a chance it's just happened now, but I don't think so. I think that is from factory. Can you see what's wrong with it? So out of the power bank here, we're going to have, these are going to be what, in series. So we're going to have 4.5 volts. And you can see the black wire goes through this little cutout here, which is correct. But can you see what's happened to the positive wire here? It doesn't go through here, does it? Look at it, it's broken here. Yeah, snap there. Right, so I think that's our problem. Do you know what? If it is just that, really that is the perfect tea brake repair, isn't it? Something that doesn't go on for ages, a little bit challenging to get in, but then you're rewarded with a nice easy fix. Right, okay, so I'm just going to... Now, where does this go up to? That goes up to here. Well, there's just going to be a case off, so it doesn't actually need to be in there anyway, does it? Because it's just go up in this direction. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just going to strip it back, get my soldering iron on. We'll get a little bit of heat sink and solder that up. Now, when I'm editing this video back, I was just thinking, why wasn't this picked up at the manufacturer? But I think I know why. So obviously, when it was assembled, these wires should have been grouped together through the gap, or this should have been on its own, so it wasn't going across that plastic bit. But to stick up for the manufacturer, when it was put together and the person tested it, because it was probably a different person testing them than the ones who were sticking the lids on, then you see it probably did test okay. Maybe the wire only snapped after being stood on 10 or 20 or 30 times, or perhaps by a heavier person, because the wire would have been intact to begin with, and it might have even worked for a few weeks or something before it failed. So obviously the wire is broken because it was routed incorrectly, but the reason it wasn't picked up at the factory is because I think this one did work when it left the factory. Right, I think this is the smallest one I've got here. We don't need all of that, do we? Right, I need to remember to put this on first, otherwise it won't go on once it's soldered. And let's twist these together and then solder them. Right, so you can see they're soldered together now. Now I can put the heat sink on it like so, and we can just heat that up. I'm just going to use this here now. I'll set it to 100 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure if it's going to shrink down small enough. Yeah, I mean it's baggy here and here, but on the actual joint it's okay. So now let's undo this tape a little bit and try to tuck it away a bit more. There we go, I don't think that will be in harm's way there at all. Right, so should we put the batteries in and see if the lights up? See if it lights up here, and then I can try to straighten up the pads, because I haven't got new sticky tape like this. This is really strong stuff. I presume it's something like 3M. There we go. See, it's lit up. Brilliant. Okay, right, let's get these pads sorted out. So a nice easy fix. The hard part was just getting into it, but at least I was rewarded with something that was really obvious on the inside, but still enjoyable enough. A nice enough fix to get your fix off the fixing. Now it would be good if you had little sticky pads to use new ones, but these ones are still so sticky. All I have to do is make sure they're not stuck to each other and they're lying as flat as I can make them. If there is one or two bits that's slightly raised, I don't think it will make a difference, because the heavy glass will compress that down, especially when you stand on it a few times, and then I'm sure it will weigh perfectly, because the weighing's been done from underneath once the glass is compressed against each of the corners, so I'm sure it will work just fine. I'm also just adding a little bit of paint. If I had black Sharpie I would use that, but I can't find any at the moment, and the one that I did find was run out, so I'm just using a bit of black acrylic paint to just touch up the scratch, so then when you look through the glass it doesn't look see-through. All you can see is black at the the other side, so that's going to be okay. And then I need to make sure that I line the glass up perfectly. So to do this, I actually turn it upside down because the glass is bigger than the underneath bit, and that way then I can line it up perfectly. Then all I have to do is add a bit of pressure down with my hands, and then I take it away and stand on it a few times just to make sure that every pad in the corner is fully compressed down. And that is it. Next part of this video you will see it's all nice and clean, and we can compare it against my weighing scales to make sure it is weighing the same. There's 3 different things you can do. You can do pounds, kilograms, and you can also do stone as well. So in the UK here I'm still using stone. So yeah, that's it. Let's get weighing. Right, let's do a quick comparison. So these are the scales that I've had forever and a day. I should be about 10 stone and a bit. Oh, okay. That's because I got clothes on. Right, 11.3. Let's see what this one is. Well, there you go, 11.3. Excellent. Well, it appears to be working, which is good news. So there we have it, a nice, simple little tea break fix. Oh look, it does stay on a while now. Once it had like a proper reading, it did stay on there for a good 10 seconds or so. And yeah, the finish is nice. It's come up nice and clean. I've just given it a little wipe down. So yeah, I'm sure I'll find a new home for these quite easily because they look like quite modern scales. So a family or friend will want these, no problem. So there we have it. If you enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up, and I will see you all very soon. Take care now.
It with my mate fits. Could be hard or it could be a cinch. Can you fix it, my oh my? At least I'm gonna try.